Good day to Kwan Rosmawati. My name is Neha, my registration number is 33DC20F1032 and I'm from DCE4B.
Good day to Kwan Rosmawati. My name is Kashina Nair and my registration number is 33DC20F1026 and I'm going to start with question 1. So question 1 is about measures to prevent corruption and unethical practice. So there are 4 prevention. First is codes of ethics. Second is self-awareness. Third is stiffer penalty, and fourth is organized awareness talks. One of the important measures is familiarization with the code of ethics. Ethics is not only moral and law, it is a statement of rights of broad scope that explains the right task that an engineer should perform and the wrongdoings that they are prohibited for undertaking, such as unwise practices. The second one is self-awareness. Engineers should possess relatively high self-awareness of their duties and obligations towards the society and country in order to minimize possible unethical practices and also corruption. Another effective measure is to impose stiffer penalties for those who committed wrongdoings and found guilty of adopting unethical practices. Penalties such as heavy financial penalties combined with imprisonment, revoked license, and developments, contractors or engineers should be imposed. And the last one is to organize awareness talks, seminars, or workshops in a more frequent basis in order to instill a high awareness in all parties. So the 5 main sections in these codes are: first, a registered engineer shall at all times hold paramount of safety, health, and welfare of the public. Second is registered engineer shall undertake assignments only if he is qualified by education and experience in the scientific technical fields in which he is involved. Third is a registered engineer shall issue public statements only in an objective and truthful manner. Fourth, a registered engineer shall act for each employer or clients as faithful agent or trustee. And the last one is, a registered engineer shall conduct himself honorably, responsible, ethically, and lawfully so as to enhance the honor, reputation, and useful of the profession. So in 1.0, it's professional engineer with practicing certificate. Under 1.0, there is 1.1, 1.2, and also 1.3. In 1.1, it says the registered professional engineer with practicing certificate not to falsify qualification. In 1.2, it says the registered professional engineer with practicing certificate to certify work only if he has control over supervision. And in 1.3, it says registered professional engineer with practicing certificate not to accept benefit from more than one party. So under 2.0, it is professional engineer. There's 2.1, 2.2, and also 2.3. Under 2.1, it says the registered professional engineer not to falsify qualification. And 2.2, registered professional engineer to certify work only if he has control over supervision. And 2.3 is registered professional engineer not to accept benefits more than one party. Under 3.0 is graduate engineer. 3.1 says registered graduate engineer not to falsify qualification. 3.2 is registered graduate engineer to certify work only if he has supervised, witnessed, or inspected such work. And 3.3 is registered graduate engineer not to accept benefit from more than one party. Under 4.0, it says engineering technologist. There's 4.1, 4.2, and also 4.3. Registered engineering technologist not to falsify qualification is under 4.1. 4.2 is registered engineering technology to certify work only if he has supervised, witnessed, or inspected such work. And 4.3 is registered engineering technology not to accept benefit from more than one party. And the last code is 5.0, which is inspector of works. There's 5.1, 5.3, and also 5.3. In 5.1, registered inspector of works not to falsify qualification. 5.2 is registered inspector of works to certify work only if he has witnessed or inspected such work. And 5.3 is registered inspector of work not to accept benefits from more than one party.
5.0 Inspector of Works is one of the main sections in this code. In 5.1, it is stated that registered Inspector of Works not to falsify qualifications, etc. In 5.1.1, it states that a registered Inspector of Works shall not falsify his qualifications or permit representations of his qualifications. He shall not misrepresent or exaggerate his responsibility in or for the subject matter of previous assignments. He shall not misrepresent pertinent facts concerning employers, associates, or past accomplishments. In 5.1.2, it states that a registered inspector of works shall respond within reasonable time to communication from the board of any other relevant authority on matters pertaining to his work or registration. Next, in 5.1.3, it states that a registered inspector of works shall undertake assignments only if he is qualified by education and or experience in the specific technical fields or of that assignment in which he is to be involved. In 5.1.4, it is stated that a registered inspector of work shall be objective and truthful in making reports, statements, and testimonies. He shall include all relevant and pertinent information in such reports, statements, or testimonies, which should bear the date indicating when the information was current. Next, in 5.1.5, a registered inspector of works shall not express publicly technical opinions that are not founded upon his competence and knowledge of the facts in the subject matter. Next, in 5.1.6, it is stated that a registered inspector of work shall not issue any statement, criticism, or argument on technical matters that are inspired or paid for by interest parties unless he has prefaced his comments by explicitly identifying the interest parties on whose behalf he is speaking and by revealing the existence of any interest he may have in the matter. Last but not least, in 5.1.7, it is stated that a registered inspector of work shall notify the board in writing within 3 months, which is first if he is convicted of an offence involving false or negligent. The next one is if he becomes a bankrupt.
Now I'm going to discuss about the importance for engineer to comply with the code of ethics. The first importance is engineer code of ethics ensures that engineers put the safety of the members of the society first when doing their work. It means that an engineer will work with standard and approved material and that they will follow the set engineering procedures during their career. The second importance is a code of ethics for engineers ensures that they remain honest in all their transactions. Even when faced with a dilemma or other pressures in their duty, when they adhere to the code of ethics, they will remain honest. By following the code of ethics, engineers can be frank with their clients and at all times ensure that they keep the interests of the clients in mind. The third importance is a code of ethics guides engineers in making these difficult decisions by ensuring that they choose what is moral. They give a clear guideline into what decision is ethical and serves the interests of the society rather than individual gain.
There are two important bodies, which is IEM and also BEM. IEM is a professional body that promotes professionalism and encourages continuous learning. It is also to promote and advance the science and profession of engineering in any or all of its disciplines. BEM, it regulates the conduct and ethics of engineering profession. It processes the application for registration and also maintain the registers. And third, it disputes on professional conduct and ethics. So, the difference between IEM and also BEM. IEM is a professional body or learned society for engineers, while BEM is a government body that regulates the registration of engineers in Malaysia. The second difference is IEM facilitates the exchange of information and ideas related to engineering. For BEM, it facilitates the registration of engineers and body corporate to safeguard the safety and interests of the public. And the third difference is IEM, it is not compulsory to be registered to work as an engineer, but for BEM, it is mandatory for university graduate to register as graduate engineer to take up employment.
The third question is two roles of engineering towards sustainability and green technology. The first role is they work to improve the welfare, health and safety with minimal use of natural resources and paying attention with regard to environment, and the sustainability of resources. The second goal is to enable the people throughout the world to meet and satisfy their basic needs and enjoy and improve and better quality of life without compromising the quality of life for generations to come. That's all from us. Thank you.